While you had like the stars of the Democratic Party, you had Obama go in there, you had Harris go in there, you had Biden go in there. All these people went in there, and their candidate, who literally outraised the Republicans several times over, literally flopped in the state of Virginia, which went 10 points the other way.
It's a plus 10 Democrat state.
That should tell the Democratic Party everything that they need to know. Start focusing on America. Do what my father did. You know what he did? He put America first, and that's exactly what these people aren't doing.
America is waking up. Perhaps we are even woke. But forget about the wokeness you've heard of in recent years. The enlightening that's happening now is bigger, greater, and will continue to create shockwaves throughout this country. In other words, a new side of the aisle is now woke. I'm sorry to inform Nancy Pelosi, Don Lemon, AOC, Chuck Schumer, and the entire left-wing cabal, we are woke. And here's what I won't do tonight, which is bore you with sound bites, low lights, and the awful things liberals, Democrats, and the mainstream media have called Republicans and conservatives. Instead, let's just watch one single video of Democrat icon James Carville from last Friday.
The Republican Party is not a party, it's a cult. The Democratic Party is a coalition.
Wait for this, America. My, what a difference a few days can make. After making that comment, and after his party took a beating in Virginia, he changed his tune and kicked off a political blame game.
James Carville, to you, looking at these results, your party, what went wrong?
What went wrong was just stupid wokeness. All right, don't just look at Virginia and New Jersey. Look at Long Island. Look at Buffalo. Look at Minneapolis. Even look at Seattle, Washington. I mean, this defund the police lunacy to take Abraham Lincoln's name off of schools. I mean, that people see that, and it's just really have a suppressive effect all across the country. The Democrats, some of these people need to go to a woke detox center or something. I mean, that they're expressing a language that people just don't use. And there's a backlash and a frustration at that.
James had an about face within days, if only his party followed, because his fellow left-wing progressive liberal Democrats have not only been wrong for years, within the last week, we've had to hear this.
I think we're going to win in Virginia.
What happens in Virginia will in large part determine what happens in 2022, 2024, and on.
Madam Vice President, I couldn't agree more. America is making a comeback, and it's not about you, your liberal policies. It's about America and who we are and what we believe. It's the opposite of your woke, racist, Marxist, socialist, un-American, nonsensical ideology. Your pals at CNN summed up just how big the loss was on Tuesday better than I could.
This is a big deal. These numbers are bad. This is not some, these are our voters. These are voters that came to us in 2018, came to us in 2020, and have abandoned us in droves in 2 states that should be in our column. That's a big deal. That is a 5-alarm fire.
Once Obama's former green job czar actually made a good point. In only a few short months, Joe Biden's support among independents has plummeted by nearly 30 points. Make no mistake, the left is scrambling. They've lost their highest profile governor, New York's Emmy-winning, granny-killing Cuomo, now a defendant in a sexual assault prosecution as a result of a sex scandal. And speaking of that sex scandal in New York, here's how the Love Gov's brother attempted to explain away his party's epic failure on Tuesday.
Price tag politics can create a paradox. People can like the policies, but not the price tag. Look at the polls of independent voters. It's exactly how they feel. Like the policies, not the price tag.
No, Chris, They don't like their money being spent on absurd programs like the plan to dish out $450,000 to every illegal who broke the law by entering this country and feels bad at how they were treated. And they don't support legislation like Joe Biden's so-called Build Back Better, which does nothing but put money in the pockets of those who ought to be out working like the rest of us. There are so many reasons Republicans won from Virginia to Texas to Seattle to Ohio to Buffalo to Long Island. But if there's one quote, one soundbite that speaks to the ire of America, it's this one.
And I'm not going to let parents come into schools and actually take books out and make their own decision.
You vetoed it.
So, yeah, I stopped the bill that I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
America is waking up. Yeah. We're the woke ones now. You woke the sleeping giant and poked that bear in the eye. And she came out of her cave with a vengeance. So you can take your progressive, racist, union-supporting, tax-sucking, American-hating, patriotic-hating agenda to the socialist countries where it belongs. It ain't gonna work here. Trust me on that.